Welcome to Boson Buzz, where we dive into the coolest scientific ideas and breakthroughs shaping tomorrow's world. For 10,000 years, human civilization has been rooted in the soil. Agriculture is the foundational bedrock upon which we built our towns, our cities, and our entire modern world. But that very foundation is now shifting and eroding beneath our feet in the face of unprecedented global challenges. Climate change is causing rising sea levels, which salinate coastal farmland, and more frequent severe droughts that turn fertile fields to dust. At the same time, our global population is soaring towards 10 billion, demanding that we produce more food from a shrinking amount of arable land. The traditional model of sprawling, land-based agriculture, which consumes vast quantities of fresh water and contributes significantly to deforestation and emissions, is reaching its breaking point. We're in a critical race against time to find new, resilient, and sustainable ways to feed the world. And the most surprising solution might not be on land at all. It might require us to set sail, to take our farms away from the continents and out onto the vast, untapped surface of the ocean, turning a threat into an opportunity. Imagine a farm that fundamentally breaks from 10 millennia of agricultural tradition, one that doesn't rely on fertile topsoil, predictable seasonal rainfall, or the clearing of vast natural tracts of land. This is the bold and necessary vision of the offshore floating farm, a concept that moves our most essential industry onto the world's most abundant surface, the ocean. These are not simple, passive rafts. They're sophisticated, multi-level, and storm-resilient marine platforms that can be anchored in calm coastal waters, sheltered bays, or even designed to slowly drift in controlled, nutrient-rich ocean currents. They are engineered with the durability of ships and the functionality of greenhouses, representing an entirely new frontier in maritime architecture and sustainable design. The most radical and ingenious part of their design, however, is how they fundamentally redefine resource use in agriculture. Instead of competing directly with thirsty cities and fragile natural ecosystems for our planet's rapidly depleting freshwater supplies, these farms proactively use seawater as their primary input. But they don't just pour raw salt water on plants, which would be fatal. Instead, they use it intelligently and efficiently within a carefully managed, closed-loop system where nothing is wasted, and where the traditionally harsh and barren ocean environment is actively transformed into a productive, life-giving, and sustainable resource for a new kind of food production. So, how do you grow fresh, nutritious food using saltwater? The secret lies in a beautiful combination of aquaculture and advanced hydroponics, creating a circular system that mimics nature's own cycles. On one level of the floating platform, saltwater-tolerant fish or shrimp are raised in large, carefully managed seawater tanks. This is the starting point of the nutrient cycle. The nutrient-rich wastewater that flows from these fish tanks, which would be a polluting effluent if released directly into the ocean, becomes the liquid gold for the next stage. This water, filled with natural fish waste that is high in ammonia and other compounds, is then carefully directed to the plant growing level. Here, crops are grown not in soil, but using hydroponic or aeroponic methods, with their roots misted or bathed in this fertilized water. Specially selected salt-tolerant plants, like certain varieties of leafy greens, herbs, strawberries, and even some vegetables, thrive on these nutrients. As the plants feed, they perform a natural purification service, cleaning the water by absorbing the nitrates and phosphates, which in turn makes the water safe to be recirculated back to the fish tanks. It's a perfect symbiotic dance between animal and plant, creating two streams of food from sunlight and seawater in a continuous loop of production and purification. The benefits of this revolutionary ocean-based approach are immense, systematic, and directly address several of the most pressing global problems we face today. It sustainably produces two distinct and vital food sources: protein-rich fish and healthy, fresh crops from a single, compact, and floating footprint, without requiring the conversion of a single additional acre of wild habitat into farmland. This model uses zero chemical pesticides or synthetic fertilizers, creating a truly organic and natural output from start to finish. Most critically, in a world facing increasing water scarcity, it uses zero precious freshwater for irrigation, preserving our rivers and aquifers for drinking and other essential needs. These farms can be strategically located just offshore from densely populated coastal megacities, which now house a majority of the world's population. This proximity drastically reduces the hundreds or thousands of food miles that produce normally travels, which ensures ultimate freshness and nutritional value, dramatically slashes transportation-related carbon emissions, and significantly enhances urban food security by creating a local, reliable source of nutrition that is immune to disruptions in land-based supply chains. Furthermore, these marine farms can operate continuously, 365 days a year, completely unaffected by the droughts, floods, or poor soil conditions that regularly devastate traditional land-based agriculture. This isn't just an incremental new way of farming. It is the creation of a local, climate-resilient, and highly efficient food system that can effectively buffer our coastal urban centers against the escalating shocks of a changing climate and a steadily growing global population. This new blue revolution is not just a concept, it is already beginning to take shape on the water. Pilot projects around the world are proving the viability and potential of this model. A notable example is a pioneering floating dairy farm that was launched in the port of Rotterdam, demonstrating that even livestock can be integrated into this maritime system. The challenges now are primarily those of scaling up the technology and making it economically competitive with traditional, subsidized land-based agriculture on a global scale. It requires new skills, new engineering standards, and a new generation of farmers who are as comfortable with marine technology as they are with animal husbandry and horticulture. But the direction is clear and compelling. We are learning to work with the ocean, not just on it. We are moving from seeing the sea as a barrier or a mere source of wild-caught fish to viewing it as the planet's most untapped and promising farmland, a vast liquid frontier for sustainable cultivation. Of course, establishing a robust and reliable agricultural industry on the dynamic, powerful, and unforgiving open ocean presents a unique set of formidable challenges that must be thoughtfully overcome. The marine engineering involved must be virtually flawless. These floating structures must withstand the relentless corrosive power of saltwater and the immense unpredictable force of storms and large waves, which will require the use of highly durable and likely more expensive specialized materials compared to traditional farm infrastructure. The economic model must also be rigorously proven on a commercial scale. The initial capital investment for designing, building, and deploying these complex systems is undeniably high, and the ongoing operational costs must be steadily lowered through advanced automation, robotics, and energy innovation to make the resulting food affordable and competitive in the market. There are also important regulatory, environmental, and social questions that need clear and comprehensive answers. How do these large man-made structures interact with the local marine ecosystems, including migration routes of sea life and underwater habitats? What are the strict, enforceable protocols for managing waste and preventing any potential negative impacts on wild fish stocks or surrounding water quality? Furthermore, gaining broad social acceptance and convincing a sometimes skeptical public, as well as cautious investors and government bodies, that food produced on the ocean is safe, healthy, tasty, and necessary is another critical hurdle that must be overcome through unwavering transparency, independent scientific validation, and a track record of demonstrated success from initial pilot projects. We are on the cusp of a fundamental transformation in how we feed our planet. By taking our agriculture offshore, we are not abandoning the land. We are giving it a crucial respite, allowing depleted soils to recover and forests to regrow. We are learning to leverage the ocean's immense surface area to create a sustainable and resilient food supply chain for the 21st century. This approach embodies a new philosophy of working in harmony with our planet's natural systems, using its resources wisely without depleting them. We are moving towards a future where the line between agriculture and aquaculture blurs, where our food comes from a symbiotic relationship with the water that covers most of our world. By sailing our farms out to sea, we are ensuring that we can continue to feed a growing world, no matter what the future holds, turning the challenge of climate change into an opportunity for innovation and abundance. If you found this as fascinating as I did, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. Share this video with anyone who loves science or just cool, futuristic tech. And of course, if you want to stay updated on this and other amazing breakthroughs, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.